Okay, so this is the entranceway of the Bayon temple, they call it. I've been here many times. I do not think it's the same guy that's the face on all of these carvings or statues, because they're all different faces. So I think that this is some kind of facility that was made in remembrance to the many different, probably leaders or significant people of history in some form or another, whether you want to call them kings or queens or maybe political leaders, I don't know. But when you do walk up there to the top, you see their different faces, and some of them are women. It's not the same guy. It's obvious, right? So that narrative falls apart. But now we're not allowed to walk up. They're doing construction. There's a sign that says it was closed 5 years ago for construction. So I don't know why it would take 5 years for whatever they're doing. So maybe there's an error in that sign. I don't know. But we're not allowed to walk up right now. So we're just going to go in and walk around a little bit, try to get a shot of some of the faces and go around the outside. It is a beautiful structure. And see what we find. Okay, now this is called Thom again, Angkor Thom, but it's just another facility that's within the walled area, which is really an old city in my view. Now this place is pretty cool because it looks to me to be a history of famous people. Now, of course, the story is that King Havidamani, or whatever his name is, built all this, and they say that this is him, that he had such a big ego that he made all of these statues of himself. And when people point out, well, how come they're different faces? They say, oh, well, you know, one of them when he's happy, one's when he's sad, one when he's old, one when he's young, one when he got up in the morning, one when he finished going to the bathroom, whatever. But I call BS, because you'll see as we go in, there's women and men. And you can tell by the headdresses, because the women had a totally different headdress. So we'll go in here and have a quick look. I think it's the Hall of Famous People, historical people that were of importance, and it's a tribute to them. So the Bayon temple, they call it. There's a lot of work being done in here. Similar to Angkor Wat, there's a hall of history around the outside. So it seems to me that those pillars, there would have been a roof over there, just like Angkor Wat, and it's been destroyed, taken down, whatever. That's probably what all this rock is everywhere. It's all over the place in here. They're trying to figure out how to put it back together after it was all busted apart. So there's Garuda again, the bird king here, see? He's on the front of the Naga this time. He's very prominent in the ancient culture here, whoever he was. And then look again at the walls. They're all inscripted with historical accounts. So now it depicts a time of fish. Plenty of fish now. So now things are going good here. And so the previous Angkor Wat seems to be a place built for water, is what I think. Water purification system, and then they built a city. And now they're all happy, they all have water, so they've got all depictions of fishing and boats. After all the water comes into the canals, they're all happy. Yeah, so bigger guys going after little guys again. Very interesting. So the entire walls, again, all the way on the outside are telling a historical narrative. And then there's little people and big people again. Right? And here's the entranceway to the main area on the inside. There's some pretty cool stuff in here. So Artemi, who lived in northern India and went to a lot of the old Hindu places there, just said this is a crazy place. Okay, now, this is what I like. So generally Shiva is considered to be the four-faced dude with the north, south, east, west faces. But in here they have the same depictions, but they're all different faces. They're not the same person. So it's like the leaders or historical significant people that looked in all directions, which is metaphorical to me, to someone who took care of everything. So as we walk through, you'll see they're actually different faces on these different monuments. So I'm in kind of the central courtyard area, looking up, and we're going to walk up the stairs and we'll get to see some of the faces. So we don't know why they closed it off so you can't go up to look at the faces anymore. Why would they do that? That was the whole point. I have no idea what they're up to. Again, the official narrative is they're all the same face, but it's obvious when you're up there they're not. So maybe that's why they actually closed it down. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it wouldn't surprise me.
So Brahmanism came in and they threw the Buddha.
Just having a quick discussion here. So the light is low, so it's tough to see from here, but I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit. Let's look at the faces here. So the story is that the king Havalamani, or whatever his name is, Havarati or whatever, sounds like Liberace, but not. And they say, oh, this is him. He was the king. He had an ego. And no, that's not, I'm saying. Okay, now, the reason why, this face right here, and I don't know if the light's good enough to see it, but that's a female face that's on the right side. And you can see the headdress is higher. It's a different headdress. The women have a different headdress than the men. Okay, and then the next one over, there's a man. You see the headdress is lower and it's a man's face. And then we'll go into the middle, and you see that one in the middle? That's the higher headdress again, and it's a female face. Okay? And they're all different faces. And then you go to the one back there, that's a male. He's got the lower headdress, see? And then another male, and then another male. So there's two women in there for sure. They're different faces, there's no doubt. And they have different headdresses, and it's exemplary of women versus men headdresses. So how can somebody argue this is all one guy's face? There's no evidence that that's true at all. Okay, one last look around Bayon. It's really disappointing that we can't go up there anymore. It's been closed for 5 years. I mean, does it really take you 5 years to do whatever you're doing? We used to walk up there. It's kind of the highlight of around here. You'd be able to go up and walk through there and see all the different faces. You can even see those two right in front of me. They're different faces. And a couple on the other side, they're women actually. They're not men. So this story of us being one guy is clearly not true.
That's a good picture right there. That's about it.
So we're just walking around the outside here because we're going to cruise down to the Elephant Terrace, which is just down the way, which looks like an old elephant training area or something. There's some really cool carvings there that are underground that they dug out.